Hello and welcome back to the final round back nine of the Q Series Pennsylvania State Disc Golf Championship presented by Tree Magnets. I'm Emily Dale, joined by Nathan Johnson, watching this exciting coverage here at Roland Park.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. I love this course, one of my favorites in the area, and it's super cool to see it get the recognition that it deserves at a big event like this. We got Austen Bates with a scorching hot 6 down front nine leading the way. Got a couple guys on the chase card looking to make a push as well. Matt Hammerson, Eli Brandt are both have some nice rounds going as well. So we'll see if they can make a push and anybody can track down Austen.
Yeah, and as we saw from the front nine, and if you didn't, you should go see that right now. But as we saw from the front nine, it's a tight course out here. As we head into hole 10, we have a Mando here on the left-hand side. It's par 4, 509 feet. Fairways drifting from left to right. Trees along the way, tight gaps, not to be surprised. Basket is all the way here at the end of the fairway at the base of the hill. It's not an easy tee shot.
No, but it's like theoretically gettable, I think. Like the hole kind of just shapes perfectly for the full flight righty backhand, just like slight turning shot that fades out at the end. But there's just so much in the way that obviously it would be very difficult to get through it all. But
yeah, just a couple trees on the way.
Yeah, definitely a lot of trees to miss on the way, but theoretically definitely doable. So we'll see if anybody can get through clean. This one looks good from Gillis. Yeah, that's a very good, very nice shot.
And this, unfortunately, is a common result. Hitting high and kicking off into that right-hand side.
Yeah, this is a right-hand side rough that has claimed many a disc.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of rollaways on this hole. You see a lot of that kind of kick. And then it's just not fun being down there, having to work your way back.
Yeah, because you got to give it the height in order to get down there. However, giving it the height means if you're kicking, it's she gone.
She gone, indeed. Good second shot from Austen. Gets through to the last gap, but catches one of those trees. So he'll probably just most likely have a pitch up from 4 par from there.
Tricky shot there from Josh. Got creative. The big turnover. I think it landed him in the fairway. And you can't...
Can barely see Zach.
Oh my goodness.
But what a recovery. Flies past the basket, unfortunately, but it was a great looking line. Just ends up about 40 deep. And after that great tee shot, Gillis just has a nice, easy pitch up to give himself a 20-footer for birdie.
Nice easy shot there from Josh as well for a par.
Yeah, it's kind of a death putt here for Austen. Quite a ways downhill. Does give it kind of a safe bid.
I liked it. Those ones where you kind of have to hold your breath a little bit just to make sure it doesn't stand up and roll away on you, but thankfully flattened out. And Gillis taking the birdie.
Yeah, nice birdie from Gillis. This is definitely a scoreable hole if you're in position, but anything can happen on that tee shot if you catch a tree on your way down. So it is a 3.67 average, pretty accurate. And we're looking at the scoreboard. We did have one eagle from Jack Banning. Very curious how long that putt was from. We don't have it in the stats, but that is a heck of a 2 to pick up from him.
Yeah, great job. Ooh, here's the answer. What year was the Laughs founded? 1990. 35
years strong.
old.
Here we go.
Hole 11, 396 feet, par 3. First par 3 in a while, actually. It's really this big, just gentle turning shot. Probably want to go with something just like a slower speed mid or fairway that just kind of flips up and turns. Just pretty much this. Just do this.
Yeah, just do that. Just absolutely pure the shot right down the middle the whole way and park it. It's that easy. What an incredible shot from Gillis. Yeah, just a nice, smooth hyzer flip. Glide the whole way up there and sticks it right next to the basket. This hole is not as easy as he just made it look. Might see some people go with a flex forehand as well if you're a righty, because there is a little bit of space to kind of swing it out to the left-hand side. So we'll see what players opt to do. This one's looking great from Austen as well if it keeps its height.
Yeah, it's hard to get all the way up there with that lower shot just because it is pretty grabby grass, so you're not getting a ton of ground play, but some great position there for him. Josh is going a little bit higher, but you can get sneaky here if that fights back. Unfortunately, it does clip some of that cabbage.
And looks like Zach's going to go for the forehand here. This one is pulled a bit. We'll see if he gets through that right-hand side.
A little bit of love tap back into the fairway.
Yeah, definitely in a very scrambleable position. Could have been a lot worse from where that tee shot was headed. He's going to have a look for par from over there. Birdie look for Austen here, probably just outside the circle.
Just a little bit off. Looked a little uncomfortable there with that, but
yeah, just never had the height. Zach now looking to save par from 30 feet or so. Confident stroke.
Oh, look at Gillis's shot. That's insane.
Yeah.
It is as well.
Tough birdie. Course hole 22 only saw 10 birdies on the day, so definitely a bonus birdie. Good one to pick up.
Yeah, definitely happy with that one. Hole 12 is a par 4, 755 feet. This is a beautiful hole. Straight up the gut here, landing ideally somewhere in this zone with another straight shot down to this elevated basket, this Moyer basket. I just love this hole. I think it's a fun one to play.
Yeah, great hole. Great job by all the volunteers that put that memorial basket in, honoring Kim Horst, Nathan Longenecker, all those, any other disc golfers that we've lost in the Lancaster community. Was a pretty special thing for them to do. Great tee shot there from Gillis. You're just looking to move something a little bit right to left here on this tee shot to set up that tunnel shot on your second. But important to be in position because, again, as with a lot of this course, if you're slightly off the fairway, it is really difficult to bite off enough distance to get where you need to be.
And this is okay if it can fight back. Unfortunately, it doesn't get all the way back and find its way over to that right-hand side, which turns on scramble mode. Same from Zach, although he found his way back into the fairway, and that's a fine shot.
Yeah, kind of an annoying little roll to put him up against that tree. But being a lefty, he should be able to make a nice turnover forehand work from there.
Oh, what a shot from inside of seemingly a bush. And a little bit of a tap gets him look almost inside the circle.
Yeah, that was a great recovery from Austen.
Oh, throw it in.
Bizzle looking to save a par from his where he was at a position, and that is a really well thrown up shot there to put him close and limit or avoid any damage.
A little deep there, which does happen easily just because you are throwing downhill. No real OB deep to speak of.
Yeah, hard to get the disc to stop on this hole from sometimes if you're throwing that turnover line. But if you can get in a spot where you can throw the hyzer like Gillis did there, it makes it a lot easier to control the distance. Slides it up nicely. Zach here, he's got a birdie look. Just a bit off.
That is, oh, I almost said it. Commentator curse. Look good. But it's still great to be in the position for birdie from where he was.
Yeah, I mean, Austen is still throwing the disc great. Just missed a couple of longer birdie putts on his last two holes, and Gillis has picked both of them up and kind of blinking. He's only 4 back after 5 birdies in a row. So still definitely in this thing, a lot of strokes, potential for stroke swings at Akron. So, in these next couple holes, we could see ourselves with a lot closer ball game than it looked like after Austen got off to that great start.
Yeah, and after being in the woods for this whole little basket issues with the new baskets, you end up with the last 2 holes are going to be in the open, which might throw things off. As we see some pushes from the rest of the field here. Some hot rounds. Hans Weaver sneaking into the mix. Hole 13 is a par for 450 feet. Plays much longer. It's uphill. We have OB on the left-hand side, roped off along this fairway up until this tree here as it opens up into the green area.
Yeah, you don't really need to bite off anything crazy off the tee here as long as you can get yourself onto the right side of the fairway and through the gap. You should have a pretty open upshot into the green. You'll see some players like Gillis throw the turnover backhand through the gap. You'll see some players go flex forehand down the left-hand side and then throw their upshot. That one got a little sneaky through the big tree. I don't know if he was going for the left side there, but it did work out.
Every line you hit's the line you were aiming for, Nathan.
Yep, never a doubt, never a doubt. That's a fine shot from Austen. Plenty of space over there on the right-hand side, so just chipping a forehand off the tee works great. Sets him up for his second shot. Worth noting, this hole is much more uphill than it looks from the camera angle, so these players are still going to have 250-ish feet, most likely on their upshots. We see Bizzle kick left, unfortunately finding that out of bounds line over there.
Interesting that Zach is going forehand as a lefty, but it works out well. Nice crock shot there.
Yeah, they are still in sport mode. A lot of up and down, a lot of elevation here at Akron. So gonna need that extra support from the Crocs it's a good idea.
Good recovery. He does get caught up in about a 20-footer on the other side of the tree there.
Yeah, but a great shot from the knee on that, pinched on that left side is not easy. Austen's going to opt for the turnover forehand into the green. Great distance control on that one to slide it up inside the circle.
Tight forehand hyzer. He'll be still pretty far out, but it's framed up nicely. You just have that OB looming behind.
Yeah, a bit of a scary putt downhill here for Zach, and just comes up a bit short. Just really hasn't been able to get anything going today. Stuck still at even par. See if Josh can save a par here after that out of bounds kick off the tee.
Great putt there. Clean putt from Gillis as well. Like you said, he's put together quite a back nine here.
Yeah, 6 in a row now to put him to 5 under par for the round. Not going to make up any strokes this hole, as Austen also able to grab the birdie. But the next 2 holes are both, next 3 holes really, we can easily see 2-stroke swings on, depending on how players' tee shots end up.
Yeah, and this one, it starts it off strong with a par 3, 425 feet. You have a tight gap off the tee, low ceiling here at the end, and there is OB along that left-hand side as well. This is a tough hole.
Yeah, just so straight and pretty long with a low ceiling at the end. A lot of players are going to probably opt for this right side flex forehand, but it is still a really tight gap as you see Gillis get caught up early on the right-hand side. It's going to be a tough par save for him. This looks like a nice correction from Austen. Look out, chase card, as the next tee pad is over there on the right. So, but still a great shot from him. He's going to be looking at a circle 2 putt for birdie.
Great shot as well. They were ready this time. I think
is that Chris Villa over
Chris
there
Villa's
jumping over
doing
the
some
disc?
jumping jacks, showing off some sponsors. We have a great advertising crew out here, I think. Zach taking that left-hand side, guys get caught up. So nobody really getting close here. We have a couple players maybe 50 feet out, circle 2.
Yeah, this is it's a tough hole to keep straight from this long tee. Just such a long shot to where you have to go driver, and then to hold it on that line for that long is obviously difficult. So I think most players on this one are happy with any sort of look from circle 2 or a stress-free par, because you're seeing here with Gillis and Zach just how difficult it can be if you're caught up early.
And this is also scary just because there is OB back behind it and it is downhill. So anything that hits metal does have the potential to pick up in a little way. So you see Josh just hitting a little bit low conservatively, and same from Austen as well. But they'll be happy with a par, like you said.
Yeah, only 3 birdies on this hole on the day. Jacob Arnold, Eli Brandt, and Andrew Stockland picking it up. So actually the hardest hole to birdie on the entire course on the day, and not really that surprising.
This is Gillis looking for a bogey. Makes good. Minimize that damage.
Yeah, this
Good
hole
guy.
has been called a par 4 in the past, I think, from this tee position. So it's not too surprising to see two pars and 2 bogeys on this one from our card.
Speaking of doozy, here's hole 15. It's a par 4, 555 feet. Narrow fairway here once again. Ideally landing somewhere around here. Once you get there, it's not an easy trip up to the basket through this kind of winding fairway to get up to the basket and the green. This is a tough hole.
Yeah, tough hole. Tee shot not too demanding. Again, a pretty sizable gap compared to some others we've seen on the course, but Austen does pull that one a bit. So he's going to be right side rough. And hole 15, normally hole 26, is the third hardest hole on the course. So if you don't get clean off the tee, second shots are quite difficult, and it's going to be tough to scramble.
Yeah, that shot there got him to the edge of the tree right at that bubble at the end of the fairway. Should be looking straight up that kind of second part of the fairway, I should say, to get up to the basket. This is looking great as well. If it can settle, that'll be just fine.
Yeah, Gillis is way up there. Should have some sort of tricky little upshot. There's not really a great way to get up into that green. There's a couple different options you can take. There's like a flex backhand. There's kind of a backdoor forehand line. We'll see what these players choose to do here.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be. But good disc choice that can wrap up. That'll get him just a little bit above where these other players have landed. This is pretty ideal positioning.
Yeah, nice to be on the left-hand side of the fairway because it opens up the gap, although he might have some of these branches kind of annoyingly in his backswing, but manages it well. Might have caught something late. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the basket just taunting you up there, calling your name.
I know. It looks so easy, but definitely harder in practice. Gillis also just getting caught on some of those last trees. That's the theme here at Akron too. There's a lot of late trees you got to miss on these holes, and it's tough. It can be frustrating, especially when you're throwing a shot you like and hit a tree and land 80 short with no look for birdie. Can get to you.
Ooh, good run there. This is looking high, and it does angle downhill, so hopefully that didn't get too far away from him.
Yeah, so uphill comebacker here for Gillis.
Makes good.
It's a good par save.
Fortunately, just off for Josh there. He'll have to settle for a bogey.
Ooh.
A surprising mistake there from Austen. Kind of the first shorter putt we've seen him miss in a while.
Yeah, it was probably only an 18-footer or so. Just kind of missed it left the whole way. Uncharacteristic mistake from him. So that's going to be a dropped stroke, taking him back to 30. under par and a 4-stroke lead on our card. Still comfortable with only 3 left, but obviously if he's missing putts like that, it could get close pretty quick.
Here's our leaderboard check-in. Hans Weber, 7 down, very hot back 9 here. Another local fighting its way up as we head into hole 16. This one's a fun one. It is a par 4, 462 feet. The eagle is definitely there. You basically are staring straight at the basket, long downhill shot with lots of trees in the way, and you have OB on that path across on that left-hand side.
Yeah, one of the best holes in Lancaster County right here. Checking back in with the chase card, we got David Rudisill. Bit overturned from him, but should still be in a fine position.
That going a little bit flippier. That's often what you might find if you turn it over a little bit too much. It looks like he stayed safe though. Jesse opting for a little bit of a slower speed. Doesn't quite get the turn he wants, but fights through.
Yeah, fortunate to fight through that tree on the left-hand side. Catches a lot of discs. All players also kind of fortunate to stay in bounds. You saw Hammer had the cut roll, Fish kicked off to the left, but did stay in. So still chances for the birdie for both of them. This is actually not a bad position to be in at all. With that OB path, Hammer can kind of just throw right up it and fade back into the green.
Beautiful shot there from David. Getting himself in a position for birdie.
Surprised to see Jesse go backhand turnover here.
Yeah. Over OB.
Very capable forehand guy, but deciding to mix it up here. So unsurprisingly, a couple of birdie putts from our chase card here. Jesse, first one to knock his down from 25 feet. Good putt from him.
Great birdie from David as well. So chase card doing good work on this course, hole 27, hole 16 for the event. We'll see how lead card can answer.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one you at least want to pick up the birdie. Played as the 3rd easiest hole in the course. Quite a few eagles, so we'll see if anybody on this lead card is able to get through everything and give themselves a look.
And this is shaping up nicely. Can it hold through? Oh, that was very pretty. I think that's that same
beautiful
that we saw back the other time he parked it.
Yeah, very similar shot shape. You just kind of want a nice subtle hyzer flip that holds straight as long as possible. And then you kind of just got to get lucky through some of those late gaps in the trees. This is a nice looking forehand from Zach, but might have just barely overturned it.
might find that tree. Like you mentioned, it's a very grabby tree. It does drop him safe and in a position where he can still attack for birdie.
This one is looking great from Bizzle. It's got the perfect stability on it. And that one fights through as well inside circle one.
Beautiful shot.
Important here for Austen. Looks like he's lining up. Oh, he's going for the straight shot and absolutely pures it. That's going to be a similar distance putt to the one he had on the last hole for birdie. Eagle look here for Gillis.
Oh, love to see it. Eagles are fun.
Eagles are fun. Yeah, great eagle from Gillis. Perfect tee shot, got through everything. And yeah, Josh is even closer. So we see Austen first up from about 20 feet.
He really is showing no signs of slowing down. 2 holes left. And another eagle. 2 on the same card. That's fun. That's extra fun.
It is extra fun. We'll give some more shout outs because why not? Eli Brandt, Hans Weaver, Camden Clapper, Evan Boyle, the other 4 to pick it up on the day. Always a fun one to get. Hole 20, normal course, hole 27 at Akron. Right there in front of you, and you kind of just know out of your hand if it's going to be pure or not. Such a great hole.
And after all that lovely time spent in the woods, we come out here for the last 2 holes. Hole 17 is a par 3, 295 feet, uphill the entire way, with OB right behind the basket here.
Yeah, quite a ways uphill. This one's probably playing somewhere in the 330 range. Most players just going to go kind of spike hyzer at it and try to stick something on the top.
Yeah, great finishing holes to have an audience, as this is a common mistake, just going a little deep and rolling OB.
Yeah, you ideally want to stick it on the front side of the hill. This one is looking nice from Josh. Coming up maybe 25, 30 feet short.
Yeah, it's hard to get that distance judged correctly to land just in that kind of postage stamp of a sweet spot on the hill. Shout out to Shawn Conroy, the man behind PA States, up there at the top.
Yeah, all our TDs did a great job. Emily, you were one of them. Did a great job putting this event on all weekend. Austen kind of going for a more straight at it line.
This is going to find a spot very similar to where Josh was. Good mistake to make, though. I mean, I'd rather be short than long on this hole for sure.
Yep, so now he's got this roughly 30-footer, and that is, when you got a 3-stroke lead, that's a good decision to make.
But not for this man here. Finally getting under par. Josh gets his birdie.
Yeah, he's been fighting all around, battling just to kind of keep himself in this thing, have a strong finish. If he can get one more. To finish strong, you see Gillis taking his meter. That path is out of bounds, so now putting for par.
Nick's good on it. Good comebacker. Limit the damage.
Yeah, and if we check into the leaderboard at this point, closest competitors to Austen are Hans Weaver and Eli Brandt, both in the clubhouse at 29 under par. So if Austen is able to secure a par here on hole 18, he will be taking this thing down.
Heading into our final hole, hole 18. Shortest of the day, island hole, 250 feet, just a chip shot. Try to land in the island. Or ace. This is a fun ace run hole.
Yeah, fun ace run hole. A nice reprieve from the stressful woods that you have to suffer through all day here at Akron. This looks like a good line from Zach. Should check up right next to Josh inbounds, about 20 feet.
This is looking good as well. I feel like he needs a walk-off ace. That'd be pretty amazing, right?
That would be a heck of a way to end your tournament. If you can just put this one in bounds, though, that should be enough for Austen.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, about a 20-footer for him for birdie. Doesn't have to make it if he doesn't want to, but we'll let the rest of the card finish out here first. Gillis circles edge for his birdie putt. Knocks it down. Nice strong finish for him. That'll put him in a tie for second place. Really great back nine from him to get himself back into contention after a slow start.
Just off for Josh. Have to settle for par. And he takes the birdie anyways. Gets him to 32 under, 8 down on the day. Incredible round, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Austen just started out so hot on that front nine, being 6 down, and then just did enough on the back to just not let anybody get too close to him and close this thing out.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Austen Bates, the winner of PA States 2025.
Now that is a trophy right there. Love to see it. Congrats to Austen. Thanks to all our competitors. No victory speech is hilarious.
We love it. Huge congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us for this coverage. It's a beautiful area for some disc golf, monumental Q Series event for this area. A lot of history here, so seeing it come together with some amazing people is awesome. Great round from Austen and the rest of our card. Gillis, like you said, incredible back nine.
Yeah, taking a look at the rest of the top 10.
Weaver.
Yeah, 10:45.
And he's
Heck of a
young
round.
too. The kids here, they're coming for you, I swear.
Yeah, you guys, if you're not following what the little kids are doing in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you're gonna want to start looking because they're coming. They're coming for all you old folks. So you better watch out.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and catch us on the next one.
We'll see ya.